Hi, in this video I'll be talking about file allocation. What exactly is file allocation? Well, when you have a file system, it's the file system's job to decide how your files or your data will be stored in the storage device. There are different types of file allocation techniques or different methods by which your file system can decide on how to store your files or how it was implemented. Each file system is implemented differently, and there are different ways in which they can decide on how they will store your files. So the two methods are the contiguous file allocation and the non-contiguous file allocation. The contiguous file allocation stores your files in sequence of values. So take for instance, we have the red file here that has the values of hello world. It gets stored sequentially, hello world. If you get a new file and that's the green file here, it will also get stored in the next sequence, and that's another world, right? And this is really simple to implement and it's really straightforward, but there is a slight problem with this method. And the method is, what if you decide you want to add something new to this red file here? What happens to the green file? Well, that is when the green file gets corrupted, because you've added this exclamation mark here to your file, then it removes the data that was stored within the green file and makes your data get corrupted. So this is really bad, and that's one of the disadvantages of the contiguous file allocation technique. The next technique that works, that is much more better than the contiguous file allocation technique, is a non-contiguous file allocation technique. In this technique, rather than storing your files sequentially, you store them in blocks, and these blocks have a defined size, and the size in this case is 5. So you have each part of your data gets stored in 5 free space available in your system. And this might seem a little bit confusing because your file is scattered, but you'll see the benefits of storing your files this way. So if you have another file, another world, the green file here, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to divide it into chunks that each chunk contains 5. So this is ANOTH, then the continuation is ERO space WO. So then the remaining parts of the file. And again, you'll see the advantage of using this method over the contiguous file technique. Even if your file is scattered at first, this is when the benefit comes in. So if you want to add that exclamation mark back into your file, what happens? Well, all you do is you just allocate a new space for the new file you want to add, and that's what we do right here. So we add exclamation mark, then we allocate a new space for it to store its data, and this avoids data corruption. The green file is not corrupted. It still has this a value. Nothing has been corrupted. Even if this method is slightly not as simple as the contiguous file allocation method, this method is much more preferable and it prevents data loss. So you're probably wondering, how do we connect all of these files together? Well, I think that was what I'll be talking about in the next video, so stick around.